My Brain, My Heart, Sports Talk with Mike. Today is exciting for me. Baseball starting. The NBA and NHL playoffs are up and coming. I'm so excited. April is my favorite time of the year, my favorite month. It brings the playoffs for hockey and basketball, and baseball starting up. It's just, it's also the month of my birthday. So you're welcome for me being born. So today's episode, I don't know how I forgot this. About 6 days ago, I wrote down my predictions for who's going to win the MVP in the American League and National League, as well as the Cy Young Awards in baseball. And I forgot to do an episode about it. So this is what today's episode is going to be about, as well as what do general managers use to determine the worth of a player or a draft pick for trades. I'm just going to give my opinion on what I think. So we're going to kick it off with the voting though. So I'm actually going to start with the American League Cy Young. I'm going to give my top 5. The 5th, from the Tampa Bay Rays, David Price. He won the Cy Young Award last year. He's a phenomenal young arm. Great patience, and you usually hear patience in batters. But he has patience where he just, if things aren't going his way or anything, he sticks with it, and he knows what he wants to do, and usually does it. The Tampa Bay Rays, I'm feeling like their pitching staff's going to be a little bit overworked, so I got the David Price coming in 5th. Chris Sale of the Chicago White Sox. His opener against Kansas City, he was shut down spectacular, and that's just how I see Chris Sale. Like how people believe Cliff Lee is amazing, but he's still underrated. That's how I think Chris Sale will be his entire career, but I think he's going to be a very good, dependable pitcher for Chicago White Sox and any other team. But he's coming in 4th in the Cy Young Award race this year. Number 3, from the Detroit Tigers, Justin Verlander. Got that next extension, $25 million per year for pitchers. Still friggin' insane, I don't get it. But Justin Verlander, he's very just spot on. I know he knows. He's very hard to get a hit off of. I mean, the Giants, Pablo Sandoval in particular, destroyed Verlander. But he doesn't have those games often, and a lot of the times he's pitching into the 8th inning, and that's not a lot of pitchers can actually do that. Justin Verlander, 3rd. Number 2, Jared Weaver of the Los Angeles Angels. I see him as one of the most consistent pitchers since he came into the league. Does nothing but put up wins, put up strikeout numbers. And this year the Angels are looking very good. I like them defensively, so that should help Weaver out. Doesn't help him win the Cy Young Award though. My Cy Young Award winner in the American League goes to James Shields of the Kansas City Royals. Now, the reason being, Felix Hernandez won the Cy Young with the Mariners with a 15-14 record. Zach Greinke won it with the Kansas City Royals a couple years ago. I see James Shields as one of the most dependable, reliable, consistent pitchers in baseball. He knows how to get outs, whether it be grounders, pop-ups, strikeouts. He knows how to get batters swing at pitches they have no business swinging at. And the game that they had against the White Sox especially, even though they won Kansas City lost 1-0, he was, wow. He did a fantastic job. And I got James Shields winning the Cy Young Award. Yeah. Moving over to the NL, coming in 5th, Clayton Kershaw of the Los Angeles Dodgers. I got him, his opener against the Giants, and he hit a home run off of George Contos. Shout out George Contos, I'll contact you on Twitter. But really just for Kershaw, is young left-handed pitcher that has a mean, his off-speed pitches are out of this world, and it's he just racks up strikeouts. He's a great pitcher. I got Zach Greinke, his teammate in Los Angeles, and coming in 4th. I just find him more effective with the ground balls and pop-ups, and it's just one of those workhorses that gets outs no matter what, and I really like him in the Dodgers uniform, and I think that really works out well for him. A lot of confidence. Number 3, Matt Cain of the San Francisco Giants. Since he's came into the league, he's been one of the most consistent, hardest working pitchers in baseball. Very low run support for his team. He has the lowest run support since he's came into the league. If they would have just got 1 or 2 more runs, a lot of his games are 2-1, 2-0, 3-2. It's just insane what he does, and he had an incredible home opener this year. So I'm expecting Matt Cain to do big things. Coming in number 2, we got Steven Strasburg of the Washington Nationals. Now, we all know what he can do. A young guy that just has a lot of swagger in his step. He goes down, he mows out batters. He overpowers them. He's a thinker. I can see him struggling only with the fact that the Nationals management might sit him, might pull him from a game a lot sooner than they had to. He only pitched 80 pitches there in the opener, and they can't do that. He needs to be able to be given a lot of faith, and if he's not given faith, he's going to struggle. But my surprise for the National League Cy Young Award, which after last night's showing, it hurts, but I still have a lot of faith, a lot of belief in this guy, Roy Halladay of the Philadelphia Phillies. I know he gave up 5 or 6 earned runs last night, but he had 9 strikeouts and 3 in the third innings. I find he's got a bit more, not confidence, but a bit more drive, because I think he feels his career is dwindling. So I think he's going to go all out this year. And besides last night, I don't expect that to be a path he's going to continue down. Roy Halladay, you're going to win the Cy Young for the National League. And if you don't, I don't know. I'm surprised. You got it. All right, we're going to move over to the American League for the MVP voting. Coming in 5th, the Triple Crown winner, reigning MVP, Miguel Cabrera of the Detroit Tigers. I think Prince Fielder is more comfortable in the Tigers uniform now. Victor Martinez is coming back from an injury last year, and I think the offense is spread out more now with the Tigers, so his numbers won't look so amazing with Fielder and Martinez picking up a bit more home runs or RBIs. So Cabrera coming in 5th. Number 4, a lot of people are going to look at me as an idiot, that I don't know what I'm talking about, but you'll see why I have Mike Trout coming in 4th in AL MVP voting of the Los Angeles Angels. Trout had an incredible, out of this world rookie season. People wanted him to win the MVP. He did not deserve the MVP. He deserved to come in 2nd. But for Mike Trout, he reached that peak for me, and there's the only place for him to go now is down. So his number's going to come down. He's going to come back down to earth, but he's still going to be a great hitter, average home runs, RBIs, speed. He's a 5-tool player. Coming in 3rd, Jacoby Ellsbury of the Boston Red Sox. I think he's the MVP. He's kind of stepped up into a role with speed. He's added a bit more power, gap power. I see him, as long as he stays healthy, being like a Grady Sizemore, but better. Grady Sizemore was excellent for about 4 years, and Ellsbury, this is his year. Coming in 2nd, this is the reason why I got Mike Trout number 4. Mark Trumbo, his teammate in Los Angeles Angels, of course. Mark Trumbo is going to be the person that comes in 2nd in American League MVP voting. Last year, he had more home runs than Trout, more RBIs. His batting average was about 25 points lower, but he flew under the radar because of Trout, because of Pujols. The reason why he was able to get that amount of home runs and RBIs was because he's seen a lot of pitches, a lot of good pitches to hit, because they pitched around Trout and Pujols. So he got a lot of looks, a lot of nice looks, and he took advantage of that. Now, I feel with him coming back this year, is more experience, more patient in the box. With addition of Josh Hamilton, he's only going to see a lot more pitches, and he's going to get a lot of home runs, RBIs. He's going to step it up, and I can see his batting average climbing up to 280, 290. And I have Trumbo is the man. I love Trumbo, and I got him to finish in second, which means number 1 from the Toronto Blue Jays, Jose Joey Bats Bautista. That's who I have winning the MVP. He's been short-ended about 2 times in the MVP voting, and health is going to be his biggest factor for him. But if he stays healthy, if he plays 135 to 140 games, the MVP is in his pocket. He's going to jack 45 to 50 home runs. RBI numbers are going to climb because he's going to have people ahead of him on base. Jose Reyes, Melky Cabrera. I love Bautista. This is his time to win the MVP. Time to shine, Bautista. And over to the National League MVP race. Number 5, Andrew McCutchen of the Pittsburgh Pirates. He has the tools to hit for 300 to 320 batting average, to hit 30 home runs, 100 RBIs per year. I have the Pirates stepping it up this year, but because a lot of the Pirates are going to be stepping up because they do have a lot of tools. With all of the Pirates really contributing to the team, his numbers aren't going to be as high this year. I mean, it's better that his team does better in the standings, but McCutchen's numbers are going to feel a little bit of a sting. Yeah. Number 4, Giancarlo Stanton of the Miami Marlins. For some reason, I have a feeling he's going to get traded in the middle of the season. I have a feeling, but even if it doesn't happen, he's going to be putting up gaudy numbers, like 50 home runs, 120 RBIs, batting 280. For the Miami Marlins, they don't have a lot of talent at all there. They have maybe 2 guys like Polanco and Justin Arroyo that can really get on base for Stan, and he's just going to create a lot of opportunities for the Marlins that they have no business deserving in the first place. I mean, there's even a small chance that Stanton could end up with 55 home runs and 65 RBIs. You never know. I mean, if they don't get people on base, what can you do? Number 3, Buster Posey of my San Francisco Giants. I love Buster Posey. Won the MVP last season, batted .336, 24 home runs, 104, 103 RBIs. He's just amazing. This year, I expect a dip just because he's a catcher and it's harder on his legs, and I'm hoping that the Giants sooner than later move him to first base so that he can have a lengthy career. He's going to still put up great. I think he's going to hit more home runs this year, maybe a little bit less RBIs, but he's still going to hit for a good 300 average. Buster Posey. Yeah. Number 2, Bryce Harper of the Washington Nationals. What you seen last year was just a smidgen of the talent he has. What he has to bring to the table. Bryce Harper has speed, arm strength, power, the swagger, the confidence. He doesn't care about anyone but, he cares, but I just mean he doesn't care what people think, and he goes out there and he does his thing. More experience, even more confidence right now. He's composing himself. He's turning into a professional athlete, and his numbers are going to rise. He's going to hit 35 home runs. He's going to top 100 RBIs. His batting average is going to skyrocket. He's my guy. He's not going to stay in Washington for long. I think the Yankees are going to pay him like $1 million bucks per game. So like $162 million a season. That's what Bryce Harper is going to get from the New York Yankees. Number 1, Captain America. Captain David Wright of the New York Mets. For David Wright, I've seen him as an MVP candidate every single year. It sucks he plays for the Mets because I find a lot of MVPs don't garner MVP votes when they're playing for a lower team. And David Wright has had that problem playing with the Mets. He's going to hit 340 this year. He's going to eclipse the 40 home run mark, and I see him being an RBI specialist, like 130 RBIs. I have a feeling this is Wright's year, and my feelings are usually right because when I'm hungry, I eat. I was right about that feeling. When I'm thirsty, I get a drink. I'm right about that feeling. I have that feeling of being thirsty, so I get it. I have a feeling about David Wright. David Wright's going to be my MVP in the National League. There you have it. National League MVP, David Wright. American League MVP, Jose Bautista. National League Cy Young Award winner, Roy Halladay of the Philadelphia Phillies, and the American League Cy Young Award winner, James Shields. Now, to close out today's episode, I've been racking my mind trying to figure out how a general manager really figures out and decides what his player or draft pick is really worth. What determines someone's worth on the market? I mean, just for example, Steve Sullivan got traded from the Phoenix Coyotes to the New Jersey Devils yesterday for a conditional 7th round pick. Is that his worth, or is that all New Jersey was willing to give up? And the Phoenix was given Sullivan the opportunity for the playoffs for one last drive. But what is it? Anquan Boldin, 2 years ago, when Arizona traded him to Baltimore, got a 2nd, 3rd, and 4th round picks from the Baltimore Ravens. And then the Ravens shipped Boldin to the 49ers for a 6th round pick. So that there's a little bit of confusion for me, because it's not really set a standard of what someone's really worth. I mean, Boldin won a Super Bowl, and his worth goes down. You think that they'd be able to get a bit more for him. So do you look at the past, all the past seasons, and NBA, NHL, NFL, MLB, or what have you? Just do you look at their past work and kind of look at it and, I don't know, predict that it's going to continue, or is it going to decline? Like, what is it that they use to really set a table and say, this is what I want? Because it's not only trading cards, I can't be like, man, I'll give you Wayne Gretzky for Brett Hull, Luc Robitaille, and Joe Sakic. Are those 3 cards worth a Wayne Gretzky card? And that's the thing, I mean, that's cash money. But to really gauge someone's worth on the trade market, is it on the general manager's personal opinion along with his team, along with the management that has surrounded him? Do they kind of look at it as, we think this is all we can really get, we're not going to attempt for more? Or do you start high and go and then just kind of try and meet in the middle? What do general managers really study to really figure out what they should ask for? Should it be 2 top 6 forwards? Should it be 30 home run guy? Should it be a running back that can run for 900 yards? Should it be a basketball player that's going to dish out, I don't know, like 9 assists a game, score 17 points? What really sets the table for these trades to really take place? And I really want to know, because so many trades that go down, I'm looking at one winner, because it doesn't usually end up with 2 winners. I mean, yesterday, I feel the Ottawa Senators and Tampa Bay Lightning were both winners of that trade. But a lot of the trades are really lopsided. So do the general managers that are making the trade there, and they're the ones losing, do they know they're going to lose? Or do they feel like they're really winning? I would love to sit down with any general manager, one from each league, to really pick their brain to figure that out, what they feel, like how they determine someone's worth. But that's it for today's episode of My Brain, My Heart, Sports Talk with Mike. Tomorrow's episode, it's a brand new edition of the NHL Draft. Coming from today's standings as of right now, I'll be working on it, and we're going to see who's going to go from number 1 to number 30, because changes have been made. Calgary Flames look like they could have three draft picks in the draft in the first round. So what happens? I'm very excited for that. Have a great day.